Hi, in this tutorial I will be teaching uh, you guys about ABB RobotStudio, and I will be teaching a pick and place task, and following this PDF in detail. The task at the end, the task will be like this, and the box will move towards the I mean towards the robot, and then it will be like pick and place on the pallet. So it will look like this at the end of the simulation. The box is moving towards the robot. Now it's grabbing it through the gripper and then following the path. That's it. And then so on and so forth. Well, first of all, after installation it through Moodle and through the ABB website, you have to have it activated by you have to activate it uh, by some serial code or trial version or whatever. So yeah, this is how you have to activate it, by just going to help and then somewhere over here. Options, yeah, in here you will find some licensing stuff, because mine is already in some kind of trial version. So first of all, I will make this grapper. This is the most important thing uh, in the whole simulation. So sorry, just open the new file. As said, file, new, and then empty station and create. So this is what we are going to do: empty station and create. So by following these parameters over here in the three boxes, we are supposed to create three boxes. One will be the base, and the other will be the grippers actually, or the flying wheel, you can say. While just typing those parameters, you will get this thing, but even then you have to create it, and this is what you will get after creating it. And then afterwards you will create another box for the holders over here and over here. So again we will follow these parameters. So as written over here, the next step is to set the mechanism, which is over here, create mechanism, and create mechanism as shown in the figure over here. Create a mechanism model name as gripper. After that, go for mechanism type to mechanism type is tool. Well, to set the links, uh, these are few things. This is a table which to follow. So double click on link. I rename them like every box over here in the layout, and this set as base link as written over here on base link. No need to set the base link. This is okay. All sides and base link done. Now joints. For joints, these are the parameters. So at the end, your create mechanism should look like this. Now it's time to set the smart components or make the gripper smart component to work to make it work smartly. Well, before adding the smart component, I had a mistake. Before compiling the mechanism, I just close it. Now I'm doing it again, and I did it again, and now I'm just compiling the mechanism now. So after compiling the mechanism, instead of three different parts, I'm just getting a single gripper. Now I'm just setting the smart component, and in this smart component I'm basically making the gripper smart component. So I will just edit the name, which is sc underscore gripper, and sc gripper, figure 26 over here. Now drag and drop. All right, so I just drag and drop gripper into sc gripper. So I'm setting it set as role. All right, set as role. So now the thing is that which you have to do it so with so much concentration. And well, now the thing is that you have to add the child component to the gripper. So the child component basically means that to add different sensors and different things like, joint mover, to joint open and close the gripper, or for example line sensor, attacher and detacher, and logic gates like NOT gate, AND gate, and NOR gate, whatever, and comparer and things like that. I will do one of them just to teach you how to do it. um, so for instance, we are adding joint mover, which is a child component, from here. For instance, I may have it over here. Now joint mover. Okay, joint mover, as the name suggests, that it moves the joint. So um, first of all, this is basically, this one is basically child component, and the name we are supposed to put, and it will be used again and again, and to distinguish the basic purpose to rename it to is to distinguish between what is your joint mover for opening the gripper and what is your joint mover for closing it. So we are renaming it open and close uh, because of this reason. So I will just rename it, and which is joint mover open, for instance. Close. The first one is the closed one. So here we go. Joint mover close, and the parameters are mechanism sc gripper. All right, we are supposed to select sc gripper, and moreover for 3, the duration is 3 seconds, and it is moving J1, which is our flange 1, or the link 1. So 35, nothing else. That's it. Apply and close. Alright, I will add one more. For instance, I will just add, for instance, you are supposed to do it to do the next one, but I'm just adding line sensor, for instance. So the line sensor is over here. each and every child component. You will just find it over here. So for a line sensor is, for instance, it starts from 0032. So 00, and in Z it's 32, and is 00100. All right, it's already done, and radius is 1. That's it. Apply and close. So this was your uh, second child component. Now it's time to set different things like bindings, connections, IO connections, and IO connections and signals. So the next step is to set up the dynamic properties, bindings, IO signals, IO connections, which are like you can easily see it in the PDF that this is your dynamic property, which can be set it from here. I will show it over here. Moreover, add bindings. Well, you can do it over here. And IO signals, you can do it from add IO signals, and IO connections, you can do it over here. Each and everything of them, do it really carefully. I spent so many hours because I made a mistake in these. So just look at these tables and just set them. For instance, I will do it one for you. For instance, I will add IO connection for you. So this is connection, and for instance, I'm just adding one of them. So SC gripper is over here. DI close grip, you will find DI close grip from here, like after doing after adding every child component and after adding every properties and bindings, everything, like you will find one of them over here. And line sensor, so your line sensor is, for example, this is your line sensor, and active and deactive, whatever, you will find it over here. You are just supposed to see this table and then apply it over here. No, not so much rocket science in this. Whatever. What else? All right. So you are supposed to save 2 files after doing each and everything uh, for each of the component. For instance, you will do the same at the end. You will do the same for the conveyor when you will complete it, and you will do the same for pallet and for the robot. So you will save 2 files. You will save, for instance, you will normally save the file which is RSSTN, wherever you want to save it. For instance, I'm just saving it on the desktop with test, and now saving it. And the other thing you are supposed to do is, for example, it's all done. Another thing you are supposed to do is just right click and save as library. You are supposed to save libraries because whenever you will when you are done with all of these components, you will just assemble all of them in a single file. Um, and how you are supposed to import those component all of these components is like you can just import it from this library file. So for that, you are supposed to save it as library. So I'm just saving it as a library. It is suggested to save the name whatever it is. Don't change it, do not rename it. so it will be like better for you. Here you are. So this is it in your gripper file. Good luck.